Hello, my beautiful friends. This is Rachel Archelaus, and today I want to talk about being too weird for your business. This is a theme that's been coming up since I started in business, and most recently, it's become a very big topic amongst the conversations I'm having with clients and friends and with myself. A lot of us grow up hiding the parts of us that we feel are too weird for mainstream. Right? We grow up in a very brainwashed society that tries to make us all the same. We go to school, we get jobs, we have this idea that we need to conform to our surroundings. And that typically leads us to suppress the parts of us that don't fit in perfectly. So for me, I grew up very openly psychic and talking to my spirit guides and my deceased relatives, and it's not something that I put on my resume. It's not something that I wrote about in my college essay, right? I didn't ever necessarily hide it, but I didn't broadcast it. It wasn't something that came up in the first few conversations with new friends, let's say, in high school. So I've always marginalized that part of me until I actively made it a part of my life and my business. And that took a lot of courage on my part. I felt like it was a coming out ceremony when I did that at work. And it still affects me in my business. I still have to actively choose to share parts of me that I would originally think are too weird. For example, the fact that I talk to beings in other places than Earth, right? So galactic family, cosmic family, whatever you'd call them. I do talk to beings all over the place, and I talk about how this isn't the only place that we incarnate, and I have to keep expanding my comfort zone of sharing. So basically, I don't leave out any of my truth, right, in my life, in my business, because I feel it's important for me to express myself and to really cement and know that I'm not too weird for my business. I am not going to scare off anyone that really needs to work with me. Of course, there will be people that do not mesh with what I say, and that is perfectly fine. But when we make a part of ourselves too weird for what we're doing, we're really putting a part of us in the closet. We're shunning ourselves. We're not embracing who we really are. We're not showing ourselves love. So, for example, I've been talking to some people who have several offerings in their business or want to bring more of their personality into their business, but they're scared. So one person is a medium, and that's kind of the out there part of them. The other part of them is more mainstream as an art teacher. So she's afraid that if she combines them all or puts them all into the same business container, that all of the quote-unquote mainstream normal people will be scared away from her art classes. I have this other friend who is beautiful, wonderful healthcare worker, and is really for the first time embracing the fact that she loves the kind of the quirky, darker side, the shadows, and Addams Family type stuff. And she's a little worried that people will run and hide if she starts to bring that into the business she's creating for herself. I think it's a totally normal thing to feel like this. Again, I feel like this, and I constantly have to work on it. A beautiful example, again, is Christina Marassi. We've had her on the Intuitive Art Show, and she changed niches from business development to pleasure, and women's education and their bodies, and, using your pussy as your GPS. And those are not things that are really mainstream talked about. And I know that she was probably scared to come out with it. I do know she talked very openly about how difficult it was for her to come out with that in a strong and confident way, because it is so out of the norm. But you know what? She has clients, and she's doing fine, and she has a wonderful program, and it's all doable. With so many people on the internet now, we have a big enough market to work with, no matter how weird you are. There's honestly no limit to what you can do. And I really feel like you are so much more magnetic when you are all of yourself. Now, that doesn't mean you have to have every single thing in your business be infused with all of you in equal parts. Okay? You can have offerings that are, like for me, I've got the Intuitive Art Academy and I infuse all of me into it, but it doesn't have all of the things, all of my characteristics laid out perfectly. No, it's about intuitive art. I also have other videos like this where I talk about all of the things that I do and who I am. Don't worry so much about the strategy of combining all of your stuff. Just go with what you feel inspired to do, but don't leave out part of you because you feel you're too weird, right? So it doesn't have to be the Rachel show all the time about the weirdest parts of me, but I shouldn't stop myself from sharing who I am when I feel inspired to, or when I think it'll be helpful. Honestly, when I have shared some things that I was nervous about sharing, like a couple of years ago, sharing about feeling more gender fluid and sexually fluid and not really having labels on anything, I attracted a beautiful client who also feels the same way, and she wouldn't have felt so accepted if I hadn't put that out on Facebook. I also hear from a lot of people who I would have lumped into this normal mainstream, credentialed, licensed world, and they tell me that I gave them the kind of internal permission to investigate their own weird side. So we are all the way showers here. We're really the people who are making it okay for everyone else to be weird and be themselves and to also be normal and to not be crazy, right? A lot of the times we're worried about people just judging us off the bat, putting the stereotype on us of, okay, you're weird, I'm not going to talk to you, it's not safe. But we, as grounded, wonderful, helpful people, if we show that we're also all of these other things, we're just making it more normal, more part of the mainstream to have all these varied interests and talents. So don't be afraid to be all of yourself in your business. And if you really feel like that part of you that you've kind of been hiding or putting off to the side should be forefront and, right in there, then make it so. You only know what the best configuration is for you. And it's often what we're most scared to do that will make the biggest impact and difference. So don't be shy about it. Some of my favorite people are like, I don't know, the weirdest combination of things you could possibly think about. This guy on YouTube named Jeffree Star, he looks like an alien. He's androgynous. He doesn't like labels of gay or straight or male or female. He has a booming cosmetics line. He's very wealthy. He has 3.5 million subscribers on YouTube, and he's only been on YouTube really strongly for about a year. He has had a career in music and everything and makeup, but I tell you, the weirder, more true to yourself that you are, it's not about making up weird, it's about embracing who you are. The more you do that and just have confidence in yourself and who you are, the easier it will be for you to receive what it is you want to receive. The more accepting of yourself you are, the easier it's going to be to have the life you want and to be happy. At least that's been my experience and what I have viewed from other people. So don't be afraid, okay? Or if you are afraid, it's okay to be afraid, but try to love yourself enough to bring those things in. We're all adults here, and we are free people. Even if you think you're not, you're always free to make up your own mind and to make your own decisions. For one, I've always tended to have like strange colored hair, and I remember working all the jobs I've worked before and having to ask my boss if I can dye my hair, and most of the time the person said yes. So even if you're still in a job and you want to express yourself physically on the outside, just ask if it's okay. And if you don't have a boss, then go for it. There's really no excuse for you to not be who you are. It's okay to be scared, but it's also okay to show yourself that self-love that will get you over the hump of being yourself. And don't forget, by you doing that, you inspire other people to be themselves too and to embrace whatever it is they feel is weird. I really hope that this has been helpful for you. And if you feel like you have things that are way too weird for your work, then do let me know. I would really love to hear about them. And until next time, lots and lots of love. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to intuitive art and you've never done it with me, go to intuitiveartacademy.com for your free class. You'll learn how to have a conversation with your higher self in 3 easy steps. That's intuitiveartacademy.com. And if you're already a pro or you've done the free class and you want to learn more about creating abundance from your purpose, go to workyourpurpose.com and you'll watch a free video series all about what it takes to create a purposeful income from doing what you love. All right, enjoy, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.